Okay, we've gone over the wrong way to buy a motor car. And by the way, that guy who was the wrong salesman was called Sammy Sleazebag or Barry Ballbuster or Harry Hardhead. That's the sort of person that unfortunately was around 10 years ago. There's still a few of them around now. And remember, it's your money. You don't have to buy off him. You've got the control, not them. Yes, let them do what they have to do, but you've got the control. Okay, now, the right way to buy a car. You're now going to come up to a professional salesperson that's going to forget about the hat. Sorry, that's my brother's business, by the way. Not that I oversee him, but that's my business, his business. I thought I'd advertise it for the people around the world. He's in construction, as in road construction. So if there are people out there, who knows, there might be entrepreneurs listening to me as we speak. And then I might actually get to see him. Who knows? Okay, this time you're now dealing with Big John, the car buyer's buddy. Okay, so you've just come to the dealership. You've walked into the dealership, and a good sales professional is going to give you a couple of minutes to walk around, and we'll take it from that scenario. Okay, and pretend, you've got to remember I'm talking to a pretend person here, so it's a little bit hard for me. But hi, my name is John Hosey, and your name is? Great. Have you been to our dealership before? Oh, you have. Oh, that's great. And you bought a car here before, or you recommended to come here, or you recommended to come here by a friend? Oh yeah. Oh, Marsha, I remember Marsha actually sold the car. Great, fantastic. And I noticed your husband. Your name is Sir? Yep. And the kids. Oh yeah, g'day guys, how are you? Soccer uniform, eh? You play soccer, great to see. Why I'm looking over there I don't know because there's no one there. But it's really hard to do this without that. That's great. What style of vehicle are you looking for, if you don't mind me asking? Alright, okay, yep. You're looking for a family wagon. Yeah, and you saw it on the internet, on car sales. Yep, I know exactly the one you're talking about. It's right there. Alright, yep, great. Now look, I'll tell you what, you go and look at the car. Did you have a trade-in? You do. What I want to do, I want to go and get a valuation form. I want to go and have a look at your car because we do have valuers here today. And while they're here, I wouldn't mind writing up your car. I'll leave you alone to have a perusal through this motor car. And if you have any questions about the car, we can talk about them later on. But I don't need to be standing there while you're opening up doors and you're checking things out. I don't need to be standing there for that. I'm sure we're all adults here. All right, so you go look at the car, and if you don't mind, have you got the keys to your car? Great. I'll go and have a quick peekaboo at your car. So out I go and look at your car, and I write it up. And what I mean to write up, compliance plate. I write this up, I write that up, and I have a good look around it. When I'm looking at a trade-in, I'm looking for, to see if the car has been resprayed. Because I'm going to ask you honest questions about your trade-in, and it's up to you whether you tell me or not. But look, I'd like to think that I'm an honest salesman. Is that scary for you? Is that scary to hear that? Now remember, if someone says, "Can I be honest with you?" the old saying means they've been lying all the way along, and you'll hear it all the time. Doesn't matter where you go, they always say, "Can I be honest with you? That looks great on you. Can I be honest with you? That car suits you. Can I be honest with you?" Means I've been lying to you the whole time. Now I've said it to myself because it's part of our culture, but it's such a wrong wording. Anyway, I've gone out to your trade-in. You've had a look at the car. I've come over to back to you. And I have said, I'm about to say, look, it is very warm today. Would you guys like a drink? No? You're happy the way it is? Okay. I'll tell you what we'll do is you've come this far. Why don't we do something better than a drink? Let's get the air conditioner on in the car. Let's get the car turned on. Let's get it clicked over so you can have a good listen because you look like you know a little bit about cars because I noticed you in the engine before looking around for probably all leaks and all that sort of stuff. Which again, I've got nothing to hide from you because I'd like to say straight up front that if you want to get an RSV check done on the car, if you want to get a mechanical inspection done, I've got nothing to hide from you. I know this car. It got done in that workshop just behind there, and this dealership is renowned for overzealous. They're over the top of their roadworthies. They do stuff to cars they just don't have to do. So if you want to get that done, it's going to cost $150, but it's a good peace of mind for you. So I'll tell you what, let's get the air conditioning on and let's get you out for a test drive in the motor car. Now what I want you to do, I'm going to go and get the keys. I'll need your license and I'll need you to sign this form called a test drive form, which means you are accountable for speeding fines, and if you are in an accident, blah, 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 then there is a, but you can read all that on there when I bring it back. Have another good look at the car. Now, do yourself a favour, open up the boot of the car and make sure, because I tell you what, you hear squeaks and all that, open up the, look at the wall, look, all the different things that we can talk about later on, look at now. When we turn it on, turn the radio on, turn the CD player if you've got a CD, go and get a CD out the car, get a DVD out the car if you have to. That's what I want to do. I want to take you around the car and show you the car, because I noticed your car doesn't have ABS brakes. What is ABS brakes? You may never use them. What's traction control? You may never use it. This car's got 10 speakers. It's a bloody Calais. It's top of the range. These were $54,000 brand new. And you've come in on $15,990 only 4 years later with 120,000 Ks on it. It's got a logbook. Have a good look at the logbook. Make sure the servicing's right. Look, on the L form in the window, it'll have the previous owner. Look, under privacy laws, if you somehow find them or if you want to talk to them, that's up to you. But I am obligated under the privacy laws to protect their privacy, but I've got nothing to hide, because 9 times out of 10 we either trade them in here or they'll come in through one of our wholesalers. We very rarely buy cars off the street, but when we do, great, good on us. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to drive the car. I'll tell you why I'm going to drive the car, because inside the yard, if I bang into something, it's my responsibility. And I'm only going to drive the car around the corner and then we'll swap over. Is that all right with you? Great. Okay. Oh, you'd rather go for a drive by yourself? Okay. Well, let me still drive the car out, and I'll just need who's going to be driving the car? You're all going to be driving the car, so I'll need a couple of licenses. That's fine. All right. Take the car for a drive. But what I would suggest you would do with the car, go that away, because you don't know the area that well, because it'll get the car up to 80 kilometres an hour. Go down Thompson's Road, and I'll see you back here in 10-15 minutes. Don't take an hour or two, because at the end of the day, what are you going to see in an hour or two that, oh, you want to take it to your place in Dandenong? Again, I've got no problems with that. That's great. At least you've told me, because once these cars are for sale, you know, and at the end of the day, we haven't sold this car to you yet, and it is at a good price, and it is a good day, and when the car's out the yard, it potentially could be sold to another customer. So, but I do see some buying signs with you. I do see you are genuine. And the husband, I noticed you told me that you've already got cash and so forth. When you said you had cash, does that mean your own money, or does that mean you've got money through a bank and it's sitting in your bank account? Or you got money through a bank? Okay. Look, I wouldn't mind showing you, introducing you to the finance manager, because even though that money's in your bank account, you've signed up on the finance, you never know. I mean, you know, Nissan at the moment, 4.9%, 3.9 at Toyota, you know, like, crikey. Banks don't do that. Anyway, I'm not a finance man. I sell cars, they sell finance. That's the deal. They don't sell cars. I definitely don't sell finance. So anyway, you take the car. I've got all your details. Please be careful with the safety. I don't want any fines or anything, because it really puts a dull, you know, I very rarely sell a car to a person that's just got a fine. And I'll see you back here when you're ready. Great. So some people come back an hour later. Other people want to take the car overnight. I don't have a problem with that, because it looks great, that car sitting in your driveway, in your garage. If you want to take it overnight, I have no problems with that whatsoever, as long as I don't have a person already on that car the next morning. Sometimes with very cheap cars, you'll find that you're not the only person that wants the car. because there always are bargains. But me as a salesperson, I take one customer at a time, and some people can have 4 people on the one car and not sell that car once. Well, I'd rather sell it once to one person than hopefully selling it to 4 people. I treat the first customer like the first customer. First in, best served, and you've got the first right of refusal on the motor car. All right. So you've come back to the dealership, you've come in, and you've got a few questions about the car. I want to take it for an RSC inspection, and straight away I'll say, no problems whatsoever. The first thing I would ask you was, how was the car? How did it drive? Did it have all the expectations that you expected out of it? How is it compared to your old car? Good news is we've got a few prices on your old car as well. Maybe not as much as what you wanted. You did say yesterday you wanted $5,000 for it. Where did you get that price from, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, you saw it on the internet for $5,000. Okay. The problems with the internet is I could put $50,000 on a car, but car sales don't buy the cars. Unfortunately, it's customers that buy the cars. I believe your car is worth up to $5,000, but then I've got to put a set of tyres on it, I've got to put a new windscreen on it, I've got to put registration on it, I've got to get it roadworthy and so forth. Your car's actually worth in real money $2,500. And the good thing about me, I'm not hiding nothing. I'm up front. So $15,990 for our car minus the $2,500. There's your changeover price. You want it a little bit cheaper? Okay. Look, I tell you what I can do. The car's already cheap, but what I might be able to do is do a couple of things that we can put maybe towards another car. Maybe I could fill it up with petrol and put it to a car, or maybe I could put some mats in it and put it to another car. You know the car's cheap. You just travel 2.5 hours to come here. All right, come inside. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's sit down and let's nut out this deal with this car. If you don't want to trade your car in, I have no problems whatsoever. Please have a go at selling your car privately. You'll find it quite hard because you become the salesman. You have to roadworthy your car. That could cost, on an old car like that, up to $1,500. It just isn't worth your trouble. You've got better things in life to do than muck around trying to flog a car for an extra $1,000, and then you crack the willies and then you don't sell it anyway. So that's as far as I'm going to take you, because with aftermarket and finance, that's their own departments. My suggestion with aftermarket is, if you're paying $2,400 for aftermarket, you're getting ripped off. Pay up to $1,200, no more. With finance, their rates are always better than banks, and it's under the one roof, so I'd suggest definitely finance. And you're dealing with the salesperson. You've got to like the person you're dealing with. If you don't deal with him, no matter how cheap the bloody car is. Get it checked out by the RSCB. Make sure that the car is the one colour all the way around, because once you drive out of that driveway, you've got one person to blame. No one else bar yourself. And if you do all the sums and you listen to what I've said, you'll have no problems whatsoever, because it ain't rocket science, even though some salesmen think it is. If salesmen make it complicated for you and start blurring you with quick, fast words, stop it and pull it back and say, I'll buy it tomorrow, and then see what he says. He won't want you to go. Remember, it's your money and it's your investment or your car for the next 5 or so years. The Sales Guru says goodbye.